I know I've been letting all of you down by not showing up much on the channel lately. It's been so busy with planning another trip to the Franken in a couple of weeks, to getting my floor lined up to be done soon in the basement here, dealing with all kinds of other personal things that are really, really important out there. And my God. So tonight we're going to do a quick video on some of the pieces from Ira Brown's collection, mainly his Distortions Unlimited Nightmare series that some of you saw in the collection video I did of his. Between the purchase of Ira's collection and then going back to the Franken soon, last night a friend of mine contacts me, my buddy Zach. Shout out to Zach. He goes, "Hey man, there's this weird auction. It's all going down tonight. All these masks are ending tonight, and there's some really rare stuff in there I think you'll like." I'm like, all right, I check it out. I could not believe some of the masks that were listed in this auction. It was a weird auction site I've never heard of. And I'm like, man, I am sure guys are going to be all over this auction. So I put in some crazy bids on some of these masks. There was some Don Post stuff that was so rare. I've only known of one that exists. There was some really rare Don Post stuff, Distortions, Harry Inman, Mike Langlois stuff. Holy smokes. The auction starts ending. The first mask is going down, and I've got a stupid bid on this thing because it was so rare. And it ends up selling for like pennies on the dollar. And it was that moment I go, you know what? I don't think anybody knows about this auction. The next one went down, the next one, the next one. I won these masks for nothing. I'm not even going to say what I paid for the masks. There's going to be a lot of angry people when they find out what I won last night. I'm not going to say what auction site it was because you've probably never even heard of it anyway. But, so between going back to the Franken and dealing with all the stuff I got from Ira's collection, I ended up buying more masks last night. So, I don't know, probably at least a dozen things that were so damn cool. So, without further ado, let's get into looking at the Nightmare series from Ira Brown's collection. And we're going to take a look at these in depth right now. Alright, as I keep saying, this place is a mess. There's tables stacked in here from the other room. I'm going to have the pool table in here soon stacked against those. It's going to be a storage room until my buddy Dirk gets out here from Utah and does the floor in there for the tiki room and bar. Like, I cannot wait. So that's coming in a couple weeks. But anyway, back to Ira's cool Distortions Unlimited Nightmare set. You see all 5 masks here. You got Nightmare 1, Nightmare 2, Nightmare 3, 4, and 5. Now, as I had photos of these months and months ago, I wasn't sure if some of them were legit. Because I think back in the 90s, there was a couple fellows out there recasting the old Nightmare masks and selling copies. And some of the paint jobs looked a little funky. Eyes were missing out of a copy or two, so it was really up in the air whether or not these were all legit nightmares. And as you collectors know, that determines a big factor in the price and value when buying something like these. So, as I finally got out there to look at them all in person, I kept in close touch with my good buddy Darren Fowler, who is one of the top Distortions collectors and experts in the world. And he and I were texting a lot back and forth as I was out there in Cheyenne, Wyoming, looking at these things. Here's what Darren and I determined after taking a closer look at Ira's cool Nightmare masks. And these are masks. I'd look at these in Fangoria years ago as a kid. They looked so cool, so crazy and gory, and they seemed so damn expensive when I was just a real young teenager, and I never thought I would have these. Now that I can afford nice masks and stuff, Guys are asking stupid money for these. Sometimes they ask a little too much, but I got these at a decent price, and some have a couple of issues, but I don't care. They were IRAs, and some of them are pretty unique compared to other copies. And for now, they're here to stay. So let's start off with Nightmare number 1. It turns out that all of the Nightmare masks were indeed poured in black latex, and they all are original masks. The 1 and 2 are here. The ones that were really throwing me off were 3 and 4. There's custom paint on one of them, and the eyes are cut out. And I did not know they were legit until I started lifting up all of these and looking underneath. Every one of them are the vintage black latex, and they have numbers written in them, Distortions Unlimited stamps, and they certainly are real Nightmare masks from Distortions Unlimited. So we're going to take them one by one, set them up here, and get a closer look. All right. Nightmare 1 and 2, looking pretty nice. Once I got up on these in person, I could tell that there really weren't any issues I could see that were throwing me off as, to determine if they were real or not. They looked pretty genuine to me. Like I said, turning them all over, it was easy to tell that they were the old dark black. It looks blackish green, but it's black latex rubber. But these are so neat. I love them because they've got hands, obviously, coming out of the heads. I just think that's so cool. Usually hands are separate from a mask, and in this case, they're all in one. You got the hands and the head all in one shot, which is so cool. And I can't believe I finally have a set of these things in this collection. I was getting quoted some ridiculous prices recently on a full set of these suckers. Really, really high retail. And I said, you know what? I'm just going to wait and find them in the wild. Because people can ask whatever they want for stuff. But if you really hold out, you will find stuff at realistic pricing. And that's exactly what I did. And I did pay well on them. But I explained, I said, some of them have issues. They're nice. Some of the eyes are missing on a couple copies. So we came to a good deal. And here they are. So very happy with these 2 copies. I don't see any reason to ever trade up or get rid of these 2. They look really good. So let's move on to Nightmare number 3. Okay. Nightmare 3, this is the main one that had me questioning the authenticity of Ira's Nightmare series masks. You guys out there will know that this is not a factory paint job. It is missing the eyes. They were cut out. Ed didn't really paint them this way. He didn't paint their fingernails like that. Ed and I were actually looking at this together when I was visiting the factory, and upon further inspection, we did determine that it indeed is a genuine copy that's been customized. There's actually a number under that front bib. Hang on. It looks like it says number 79 under there. But, so like I was saying, this thing was most likely custom painted by Mike Langlois. A lot of Ira's masks belonged to Mike Langlois before they were in Ira's possession. So I'm assuming Mike probably custom painted this one. And because it does look like another mask that I have that Mike actually made. The blood drips look the same, and it really reminds me of another piece he did. So, during the foam filling process, it looks like some foam escaped a little hole here. So I think I could really clean that up and get rid of all that. and at least make it look better by getting rid of that foam. Maybe put some fake eyes in it, just to give it that factory appearance once again. But I'm not like, the custom paint doesn't bother me that much. I'm going to leave it just like it is. Just going to try to clean up that spot, add some eyes back to it whenever I have time, and keep it with Ira's set here. So definitely a real Nightmare mask from the factory. Nightmare 4, definitely such a memorable mask that I would see in the magazine ads. I always had that image burned into my brain of this face. I think a lot of you guys my age have, for sure. It's a shame that the eyes are cut out of this copy. It will be pretty easy, though, to put some in here that will mimic the old factory eyes. Everything else on this mask, to my knowledge at least, looks pretty original. It's dated 1982 on the back, right there. This one, again, is number 92. And this, I believe, has that silver distortion stamp on the inside as well. But, man, what a cool mask. Other than that, it's in great condition. The rubber's still soft. And the paint looks totally original to me, at least from what I remember these looking like. So unfortunate about those damn eyes, but that is kind of an easy fix, you know. I should be able to put some in there that will make it look somewhat original again. So just what an awesome thing to add to this collection. And right here, not far from that, we have number 5. Number 5 looks totally original to me. I'm not a distortions expert, like I keep saying. Let's move him over here next to his little brother. And this thing is just crazy. I think over the years, they would look at the previous Nightmare mask and say, we got to make it crazier, until they came up with this really big, almost like a prop instead of a mask version of the 5th one in the series, you know. But this, all the paint looks perfect on it. It's nice. The rubber is in great condition. This one has the silver stamp on the inside. The eyes, that's how I remember the eyes looking from the factory. I could be wrong, but to me it looks original. And it's all in really nice condition. Foam filled. So that was a cool quick look at Ira's Nightmare masks, because I know a lot of people probably saw them in the background of that video, and I couldn't wait to show you these in person. There's so many more masks we're going to start going through. I mean, this place is loaded with Halloween masks. They're all back there. They're all underneath here. There's masks on the floor. There's masks stacked up on shelves. So the whole living room upstairs is still full of masks I've been going through. So in time, once that damn floor is out of the way in the other section of this basement, I will have this mask room looking amazing once again. Clean, all organized. Every mask will be perfectly displayed. Probably in about a month from now. So more on that to come. But what will we see next on this channel? There's going to be masks. Masks by Mike Langlois coming up. Oh, yes. We're going to touch on the story of Mike Langlois and his Halloween masks and his story that is forever in Halloween mask history. It's not a good one, but we will talk about that coming up. We're going to show a lot of his vintage masks that I have here, and so much more to come. I will start the Halloween Society stuff soon, and more on the Frankenstein. We have to do another Frankenstein video probably next. So thanks for your patience. Things have been just upside down around here, and a lot of masks coming in probably next week. So I'll see you guys soon. Good night.